Even more frequently than the themes of serpentine gods is the theme of a global flood. The number of stories regarding a worldwide flood is incredible, and the similarities between the various tales of inundation are even more alarming. Most people who are even remotely familiar with Atlantis will know that it was consumed by a flood. In the Norse tradition, in the Sumerian Babylonian accounts, a man named Utnapishtim is warned by a god, Ea, that another god, Enlil, intends to flood the earth.
Έβαλε στο νου να τους εξαφανίσει και να φυτέψει νέα γενιά. Κανείς δεν αντιστάθηκε. Εγώ μονάχα. Εγώ το τόλμησα. Λύτρωσα τους θνητούς από τον όλεθρο να γκρεμιστούν στον κάτω κόσμο.
In the Sumerian Babylonian accounts, a man named Utnapishtim is warned by a god, Ea, that another god, Enlil, intends to flood the earth. Utnapishtim Adam and Eve leave the garden and begin having children to the east. As humankind began to multiply, the serpent, also called the sons of God, began to lust after human women, and soon began to procreate with our race. The offspring of this union, beings who were half human and half angel, would be called the Nephilim. These Nephilim, often referred to as giants, had superhuman strength and abilities, and were known as men of renown. This early civilization, which included fallen angels, Nephilim, and humans, became increasingly wicked. After our wickedness reached a boiling point, God could no longer restrain his angry hand. So he alerts a righteous man named Noah that he is soon to destroy the world in a flood, and that Noah's family should begin straight away building a large boat so that he and his family may survive the earth's coming inundation. What's more, Noah was told to bring 2 of every animal so that earth may be repopulated after the flood waters subside. The vast majority of angels, Nephilim, and mankind were killed in this flood, which lasted for 40 days. Before the waters subsided, Noah released a raven from the ark to discover what Greek mythology, Zeus is enraged by the evil mankind was partaking in, and so therefore plotted to destroy everything on earth in a great flood. But wily Prometheus warned a man named Deucalion, who builds a chest and survives the flood. The Incan people of Peru speak of the previously discussed Viracocha. This name, Viracocha, was given to both the miracle-working savior and the group that was with him. According to the Inca, a day came after the flood when their people were approached by a teacher and healer they would come to call Viracocha. He cured the sick, healed the blind, taught man how to live in peace and love, and even gave more scientific instruction regarding agriculture and architecture. This character worked miracles like moving mountains and made streams of fresh water flow. He addressed the locals as his children and spoke the local tongue better than the natives. Viracocha would part company with the Inca by sailing across the sea, promising to return. The Satanist is self-deification through magic. In this, the dark powers of magic, namely Lucifer and Lilith, are called upon to perform a quote-unquote surgical operation on the spirit of the Satanist. After being summoned in ritual, these beings bring the participant from the human to the vampiric condition. Vampires favor their own, and often make stars and power magnates out of each other. My guess is that it is hard, if not impossible, to rise through the ranks of the Illuminati while remaining in the human condition. In ritual, the Satanist often evokes these beings and feeds them the life force he has collected from humans. This offering of life force appeases the gods and makes them more willing to perform the transformation, the astral ties, making the worshipper more vampire with each communion. The Satanist will often speak to infernal ones with the highest of reverence, as opposed to the white magician, who is inclined to speak to the demons as servants. The Satanist conducts rituals wearing red or black. In fact, the entirety of a satanic ritual will be strongly oriented to the colors red and black, whereas a white magician may choose white. In magic, the color white is associated with purity, God, spirit, the guardian angel, and goodness. The color red is associated with life force, blood, and violence, and the color black is related to evil, chaos, the guardian demon, and the unknown. This is also called making the black pact, or oath. Those endowed with the mark of the beast can easily change into the shapes of animals. There is also much speculation about the number 666 and its true meaning, but among Satanists it has but one meaning: achieving a sort of godhood. The phoenix bird, or the dung beetle, is often used symbolically to refer to death and rebirth and its ritual. It is also worth noting that people who have undergone the ritual of death and rebirth refer to themselves as an Antichrist. The term Antichrist could be used both as a reference to Satan in the flesh, or a reference to a person who has had imparted to him a bit of Satan himself. Those who have become Antichrists have a conscious connection to both their guardian angel and having conscious control of